Hi, my name is Rachel. The purpose of my video is to explain when not enrolling a child in kindergarten when they're first age eligible is a good decision. A parent naturally wants what's best for their child. Sending a child to kindergarten before they're ready seems like bad parenting. But in contrast, is manipulating a child's start date to try and gain an advantage actually better parenting? This is the question I set out to find an answer to. I looked at many journal articles that discuss kindergarten readiness. In doing so, I was introduced to the concept of academic redshirting. Redshirting gained popularity by Malcolm Gladwell's 2008 book, Outliers, The Story of Success. In his book, he wrote about the advantages that Canadian hockey players have by having a January birthday. They were bigger, faster, and the most talented because they were the oldest in their league. Over the past few years, there have been challenges to his theory by people like Diane Whitmore Schanzenbach, an educational researcher, and Stephanie Howard Larson, a preschool director. They say redshirting can do more harm than good. I will explain why a little later on. In New York, a child can start kindergarten at age 4, as long as they turn 5 by December 1st. At 4, they will be among the youngest of the classmates. Some children are socially mature as they near or reach 5, and it's obvious that they are ready for school. While other children at age 4 and even 5 have a hard time sitting still, engaging with others, and are delayed in one way or another. Some parents think that redshirting gives their child an advantage and will hold them back so they are bigger and have more academic experience. The extra year in preschool helps the child enter kindergarten with more confidence and the skills to be successful. Also, their temperament can change so they can interact better with the world around them. The benefits of redshirting are only short term. By 3rd grade, it's harder to tell who the youngest children in the class are, and the test scores of the older children are only slightly higher. Those who disagree with Gladwell make their best points when it comes to discrediting the long-term benefits. There are not many besides the older kids reaching social milestones in earlier grades and being 18 when they graduate. When it comes to high school sports, though, Gladwell is hard to argue with. The older kids can be among the biggest, strongest, and fastest on their teams. Some disadvantage of not letting a child start when they're legally old enough to enter kindergarten are that they don't have the benefit of having older kids in their class as peers to look up to because they are the older kids. They also could notice kids their age are passing them in a grade and feel bad about it. The feeling of being left back could be especially problematic among siblings. I have a son who has an April birthday who just turned 16 and is in kindergarten. His younger brother is 4 with an October birthday. The discussion between them is that the youngest is approaching 5 and will be starting school in the fall like the older one did when he was 5. I expect there will be a lot of confusion and disappointment if he can't start school. Whether my 4-year-old starts kindergarten in September has weighed very heavy on my mind. I believe at this point that I will hold him back from starting kindergarten in the fall and send him to another year of preschool. To other people in my situation, I recommend that the decisions are made on a case-by-case basis. Each child is different and special in their own way. I happen to have a stubborn 4-year-old who is very intelligent, but maybe not quite as socially advanced as I'd like him to be. I met with a speech therapist and psychologist, the school principal, and my older son's kindergarten teacher. I also have asked anyone that I know who has a birthday between September and the end of November what their experience in school was like. Many were held back by their parents or school and are happy with that decision. What I found most disturbing from my research is that most other states have a much earlier cutoff date than December 1st. In fact, 80% of states have a cutoff date on or before September 1st. The trend has gone from 30% of states having a September 1st cutoff date in 1975 to a supermajority being that a kindergartner must be 5 before starting school in September. As a parent, I like having control of decision making for my child, but I kind of wish I didn't have to take the special effort to make sure my child gets what he needs because the state I live in hasn't caught on with what's best for children. So, that being said, I will redshirt my son this fall. We all want what's best for our children. Who should make the decision on when a child is ready to start school? I think I should for my son. Does anyone regret holding their child back? None that I've talked to yet. Good luck with your kindergartner. Thanks for listening.